This is the test block and its brother, the test instance block. Together, they're very serious blocks. They can test for things like, is it raining? No, it's not. Or maybe whether this horse can walk in a straight line. Nope, no it can't. So today I want to stretch these blocks a little bit to push them beyond their boundaries and try and make them fun. That's kind of a bug with command block survival. That's what we're doing, command block survival. If you pay attention to the level bar, you can see it disappears because we go into creative mode for a split second, which means it's possible to just destroy things. So A, we need to make a new test block, which is using concrete. And B, I actually have an idea on maybe a way to make these command blocks. And that was the test instance block. Nice one. We'll use pink. I don't use pink a lot. So there might be a way to make it so that creative blocks don't destroy stuff. And I think the best way to make sure that it can't break a block would be simply to turn it into a tool. You're like, what? Wait, no, to not break a block? But there's actually a tag called can destroy blocks in creative, which we could set to false, maybe? Okay, that's good, actually. It doesn't stack. Let's say we have a placed test block. Can't destroy it. Oh, wow. Okay, this might seem like a little thing, but I'm potentially going to add that into my entire data pack. And then we have the custom destroy that actually gives the block back. Oh, and we can't do it on anything. Okay, look at that. Easiest way to make things not destroy other blocks is turn it into a tool. Now, if we want to change these blocks from serious to fun, we have to first understand them. And I believe these are controlled with redstone signals. So if we put a message in the chat or make it, oh, okay, so I have an output log on my other screen, which says this. So that is working. This only logs it to like the actual log, not our text chat there. Well, this doesn't do anything in the log at all. That's why we need the test instance blocks. These things have actual dimensions to them, I believe. Yeah, the structure size. Yeah, we have a space here. Okay, I think we can use this for some interesting stuff. Let's try putting this. You know what? I think I should just change all the blocks over to that, shouldn't I? Right now. Oh, this is so perfect. I love it. Anyway, so we have the structure area and we have this block, but I don't think it's saving, which is kind of strange. And I believe the reason is because there is no test instance. It's an undefined test. So we need a file to hold some amount of information. I'm not really sure. This is why we need to understand. So I created a test called testing the test, which doesn't work. My current guess is because it needs an actual structure. So far, everything is quite serious. We're going to call this Minecraft A because that's what I put in the file. It's overlapping a little bit. That's fine. We'll save this. We'll load this. Still no. Oops. I was testing if my test exists, and it doesn't. So I ran the always pass, and it made an actual thing in the actual world that I need to delete. And now I can't actually delete. So I have to delete that and then throw the block away and not pick it up on accident. Okay, so something is wrong with the test file then. This is actually correct. There is no such test. It is broken somehow. Have all the stuff it needs. We have info. Okay, so I changed it to be a function type instead of block-based. We'll have to fiddle with that because I think actually we want the block-based for the fun stuff. But for now, we can actually load the test. Why did it delete these blocks? But yeah, we can run this multiple times, I believe. Why did it kill that item? You know, I'm a little concerned here. If I toss that on the ground, does this like delete all the items in the world or something? No, just really, really close ones. What about like here? What? It got pushed away. Oh, that's right. Wait, okay, I'll show you something. So I'm gonna make a mess. We're gonna save this structure. We're gonna reset it, load and run, and you can't even see it. Okay, the reason that it is here, we're just gonna stand right here. And something is going to happen to us when I load and run this. Yeah, notice how I got like hit? It's actually putting barrier blocks like right here, I think, which makes the test be extremely contained. But if you watch the water, you may be able to get an inkling of my idea. Notice how it always starts from the beginning. We can repeat certain actions as many times as we want, and the actions are always the same every time we repeat them. See, I'm not spoiling things here, just to get your mind working a little bit. Okay, this is what we want though. This is definitely what we want. You know, I think I might know why the block-based test didn't work either now. I bet it's because we needed a starting point for the test, and an ending one. Like that. Figuring it out. Look at that. Block-based test is working now. So we need a starting point and an ending point. And we're going to do something fairly rudimentary, because remember, redstone works on these things. Okay, that might be fast enough. That might be fast enough here. Okay, if we load this. Oh, it just instantly ended the test pretty much. And the entity's gone. What? That's kind of weird. Check this out. The firework is actually at the start. If we save this and reset it. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm talking about. So tell me, are you kind of catching on to what's going on here? We've just done something kind of incredible. If I load and run this, maybe you'll understand what's going on here. We have just created an animation. So we're going to take a break from that while I come up with something interesting to make an animation of. That's my free cam enchantment on my spyglass. But this is the kelp farm. Once it reaches that observer, there's a piston that chops it off and it collects all of the kelp. It actually has its own little animation when it flows down like the water and stuff. But I was thinking, because of last episode we learned about chunk loaders, and in thinking where would I want to chunk load, this is probably one of the most important places, I think. So we're gonna make a chunk loader right behind here. We're gonna put this somewhere out of the way so that the villagers don't run into it and break it. So we'll load this. Hopefully the ender pearl doesn't hit this. There we go. Okay, now we'll block this off so villagers can't get there. Link the compass so we don't forget where chunk loading has happened. And we'll name it something generic so that I can change it to whatever I want later. This kelp farm, by the way, when it's running is making us lots of dried kelp, but I would like to have it running all the time, which is what that chunk loading will let us do. So it should be able to get us lots and lots of fuel. In related news, there's an idea that I've had for a while that's sort of been percolating, and it's the idea of a Nether Directory. And especially now that lodestones are cheaper, they only cost an iron instead of, where's a good place to put this? Maybe actually in the ceiling. But yeah, they don't cost netherite anymore, so it's a, that looks weird. Should we hide it? Like in the corner? I never put stuff in the corner, because that's just wasteful. We could have a list of compasses, and we could put them like in a bundle or something, that has like all of the locations of all of our nether portals. Because sometimes I just forget, you know, what's over there? What's over there? You know, is there a portal? Is it worth going that way? The potential flaw with this idea is the fact that the paths to get to these portals are not always straight. Like the compass says go this way, but that's a wall. My current solution has been having like little blocks like this. So it's like, oh, my skulk farm's that way, you know, the amethyst is this way, but there's the Elder Guardian. But you can see the dilemma, like it's half a good idea. So let's just see what this would look like in practice. I got 3 here, the Guardian Farm, the Villager Resort, and the Stronghold, and they're all kind of in the same direction. So if I'm just looking at the compass, and I'm trying to go to this one, the Villager Resort, you know, it's this way. And I sort of run into a wall. The Stronghold, oh. I actually thought I was at the wrong location for this one. Okay, so we can't have the netherite or the lodestone be, it needs to really be in the center. Maybe we hide it right on top like that. Now it points directly at the portal. Okay, so that's better. Do I need to indicate what path these are on? I was also thinking about, you know, having like, yeah, stuff on the ground like this, you know, Villager Resort, it shows it's that way. Because we can actually see the name when we hover over it. Suppose I could just like, at the entrance of each path, it's like, oh, the Stronghold is this way? Does it work if I put it on a wall? Sort of. Huh. I kind of like this. Having it be on the actual path it's connected to. And theoretically, you could like take it off and maybe follow it. But then it's not in my inventory at all times. Like if I get all the way over here and I get lost, I'm like, you know, which way is it? Then it would be nice to actually have one on me. Oh, maybe we should have a pair. Oh, that was bound to happen. That's why there's little cows here. So if we have one that's in our inventory and one that's at the beginning of the path, that could potentially be more useful. You know, I think the most obvious way would probably be like, instead of these blocks we have, I have no more, what are they called? Item frames. But if we had them on item frames, then, you know, I can look at this block and actually know what place it is. But that would require making a lot more of these things. Might be something worth doing in the future. For now, I'm probably just going to roll with 2. So I just did 1 hallway, and this is what it looks like right now. There's already quite a lot. So we have like the Amethyst Farm, Quad Ancient Cities. There's a random portal to a dark cave, trial chambers. There's a small coral area that I don't really use. And honestly, with this mini, it is not very helpful. Like, it's kind of nice to be like, oh, there's the Mushroom Resort, but it's like, you could look at like most of these and not realize the Mushroom Resort is there, and it's like, This might be slightly more useful than Nether Directory. But honestly, I'm just kind of curious to hear what your guys' thoughts on this idea are. Maybe any improvements you have. Because I feel like it's a pretty good idea with the lodestones. It's just, it's not quite there yet. But anyway, I'll leave it up and see if I... Oh, hi. I'll see if I like it. Okay, I have an idea for an animation, but we have some issues that we need to resolve. And the first one of those is the barrier blocks. We need a way to get around that, because the problem that that creates, let's just make this really obvious. It limits where we can place any animations. So let's say we have an animation like built into this wall here. And so normally we'd be watching it from right here. Well, if it runs, oh my, all of those blocks got deleted. Notice how they didn't get put back. That's a problem. The other problem that's connected is the fact that we can't trigger this remotely. Also, this green beam could get really annoying if it's somewhere that we don't want it to be. And all that leads me to is this new command called /test. Maybe we can run this and it won't mess with the barrier blocks? Well, I just proved that wrong. Oh no. There goes that walkway. Yeah, how are we gonna get around that? It's just gonna delete any blocks in its area. Cause, that's a problem for my idea. Oh, oh no. Oh no. I was trying a few different commands. I did, what was the command? Oh yeah, test verify. I thought it wouldn't even run the command. I thought it would just check if it's like legit. But it ran the command quite a few times. Oh my. This extends way, the island's like, yeah, it ends like there. Oh no. What in the world? We might have to load a backup. Oh no. Is that gonna delete the Nether Directory stuff? Oh, that took a long time actually. Oh. The test blocks are rebelling. They don't want to be fun. They want to be serious and test this 3,000 times. Oh no. Oh, that's so bad. Oh no. Let's see. Okay, let me load a backup. All right, let's load this backup. It was before 1.21.5. Safe mode. This would have been 2 episodes ago anyway, before I got all the Firefly stuff and all the changes from last episode. Man, are we really stuck with this? Look at him smiling. He knows what he did. You know, I've only had a few catastrophic failures in this series. Not very many. There's one where I teleported down into the void and lost all my stuff. But this one might be the worst. Let's see the damage from up here. Oh, he took that pig farm and all the villager houses actually, and all the villagers. They're all just deleted. Well, the underside of my island is still intact. I suppose we could use this as a template for rebuilding in the future. Could be an interesting project. You've never seen a problem like this, I guarantee that. And actually, while walking around here, I just had an idea on how to solve the barrier block problem. This is a saved structure, right? And then the barrier blocks show up here. What if we just save the structure that's here before and then replace it? Assuming we have some stuff here, we can simply just save this as an actual structure. Then after we run this and it deletes everything, we can just load everything back. You know, in thinking about it more, I do think I probably could fix this, but because it's before 1.21.5, I would have to redo so many systems. Like this one I just fixed for after 1.21.5. This works again. I can change stuff. There we go. And there's a lot more projects like this. A lot that I had to update after 1.21.5 broke everything. I mean, you probably remember the 352 changes or whatever it was. And that's not counting all my other projects that I have around here. So it's like either I go and redo all that fixing, or I do something new and building all this back. And honestly, when I thought about it like that, it's like, I think I'd rather do the new thing, even though this is definitely going to be really hard. And we probably won't even start on it until next episode. But I think we're just going to accept the consequence of messing with test blocks for now. Okay, so we have the structure block solution that we can work with. So first we need to save the area, and this is what I want to do for the animation. I want to have a dolphin leaping out of this area into the other water thing. So just like a perfect arc, which might be ambitious. This is the swap zoo, by the way, so that's why we'd have like an animal in front. But I feel like it would be a very perfect, like, you know? By the way, the change from earlier, so handy. I could never do that before. Oh man, that is a really awesome change. Okay, so this is about the size that we want. It covers both spouts. We have a little bit of extra room here. And we'll have to... Oh, actually, we might need to expand this. So there's a barrier border all the way around. There we go. That about covers it. So we can save that. And then to end this, I can just, there we go. We'll just put 2 of them there. We only need stuff to test for when it ends. So we'll just put 2 accepts here. This is where the dolphin will land. Now we need to figure out how to make a dolphin jump, which might be even more difficult than what we are already doing. So first let's check if there's any tags. I don't see any. Got some weird things like got fish and moistness. Well, I'm in a creative world and no amount of modifying. You can tell which one is modified because it stops doing anything. So tags aren't working. We might have to do an artificial jump. And so to set up this artificial jump, we're going to have to do something a little bit funky here. We're going to freeze stuff. So if I were to toss an item out, you'll notice it stays put. I also can't pick it up again immediately. So we can use this to position the dolphin right where we want him to be. So let's put him like right here. This is actually pretty cool. This is a fun use for tick freeze. I never have a chance to use it. Okay, so we need him to go in the negative Z direction. He needs to go 1, 2, 3. So he needs to go 5 blocks in the negative Z direction and a few blocks in the Y direction. So what we can do is modify his motion tag so that as soon as everything like starts back to normal, he'll go in that direction that we want. So we want him to go 2 in the Y direction, and we can modify this later, I think. And we'll try this like that. Oh, look at that. We can see the motion tag in him before anything has actually happened yet. Okay, so and then the real key here is we need to save. Oh, I can't get into the test block. Okay, that's actually a bit of a flaw. I might be able to do this manually. Okay. So then we save this structure. So it has the dolphin saved in it, I think. Did I include entities? Yeah, entities on. So now when we unfreeze, oh. Okay, that was a little too much, I guess. So let's try, I don't know if this will work, but if we load this, we might actually be able to modify the dolphin before anything happens. Okay, so we modify him. Can we save him again? Load it again. Unfreeze. Okay, so that was too little that time. Oh, because there's... Oh, that's right. It's on an auto. Okay, there we go. I loaded it back up. It's a little glitched. I'll fix that later. In the meantime, we'll turn the auto system off. By the way, don't change the size of the test structure before you've deleted the barrier blocks, or they all come back and you have to remove them manually. Oh boy. Okay, so I made the jump a little bit bigger and the box is taller, so it should let him actually jump better. So let's see how it is now. Oh, it's missing the start block. It actually needs the start block? Huh. So we'll just hide a test block in there. Once again, though, it is really nice to be able to spam left click and not have to worry about accidentally destroying anything. Because I have to double click for each of these blocks. That's pretty close. So we actually need a little bit of X just to get him into that, into the middle of the water there. Also, he's not landing on the pressure plates, which is kind of a bummer. Ooh, that's like almost a swish. Oh, so close. Okay, I think it just worked. I didn't catch it on camera, so we're gonna try again. Unfreeze. Well, he landed perfectly in there. The first time he actually went all the way down and hit the button. Yeah, like that. Now let's check and make sure the load worked. Oh, that didn't totally work. but the rest of it did. Okay, so then we can chain them together in quick succession. And this is the part that I'm a little bit worried about. I really hope this doesn't go horribly wrong. Here we go. Thought I saw something. Oh, I did. Now, how in the world does this make sense? I gave it very specific coordinates. Oh, and we have an error too. Okay, so I have to fill this whole command out, which makes me nervous. Only one test per row. Only one. Come on. Okay, I disabled the structure save as well. I don't understand how this is so off. But that totally worked. Huh, no matter how I modify it, the test doesn't want to take place above. So maybe it's trying to place this on the ground. Do I need a block there? Yes. Wow, that took a lot of extra steps. I have to place the block, then I have to modify it with data, then I have to run the test that's in that location. But then it works. You know what we could do? So this sends out a redstone signal. We could actually just have one of those blocks be a command block with the template command thingy in it. All right, let's see how it all looks put together. So we see the swap zoo. I put everything underneath and we walk towards it. Oh, that's a little strange. But it worked perfectly. Look at that. Oh, that is such a cool animation. Look, he like follows the whole arc too. And we can just repeat this as many times as we want. That was insanely hard. There's so much finagling to do, which I guess is kind of like a real animation. You just constantly have to worry about so many details. But we did it. We made the test block fun. That's awesome. Whoa, that's a weird glitch. Wow, I managed to break it. Oh, there we go. I can just manually do it. And now this works again. Okay. So it can't run while it's being run. Good to know. But mostly we'll just be walking forward like this. And we just get like that cool effect. Oh, that is so cool. You know, I was thinking a dolphin jumping might be kind of unimpressive, but actually it's just such a perfect jump that it's somehow better. Oh, sometimes it takes a little while. Now we can make this work again. So we can change it from our glitched variant back to normal. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that because I may very well never do tests again. This is a really dangerous block and a really cool effect, but very, very finicky. Well, I'm gonna get to clearing these, or technically clear that. And maybe this challenge will give us an opportunity to make this area a little bit nicer. We'll see what happens in the future. But that is going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode like I said, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later. That is, oh, what a way to end this episode. Goodbye.